en la creación se le otorgó un poder especial a cada especie. Como puedes ver, los pájaros vuelan, los felinos tienen una agilidad increíble, al igual que los monos. Y nosotros, con todas nuestras vulnerabilidades, creo que el poder que se nos otorgó fue la creatividad. Por eso es que dicen que somos creados a imagen y semejanza de Dios, porque Dios tiene un poder creativo, nosotros también, nosotros creamos lo que nos imaginamos.
My name is Nick Leason, down here in Puerto Rico, one of the co-founders of Lift Foils, and this is our shop.
Wow, ahí está. Entonces, basically, como si como que el Pelican estuviese rompiendo, como que era un cover. De una manera pues de interactuar también el logo con el ala del pelícano. Y el pelícano está basically foiling en el agua ahí.
A mí me encantan los cambios en colores.
Sí, bien.
Wow,
Pero todo con pincel, completamente.
amazing.
Pincel y acrílico, pero ahí no hubo airbrush ni nada con el estilo.
People who could do this blows my mind. Like, so jealous.
That is the only thing I know how to do. I've been doing that on my left. Puedo volverlo ahí con el clear porque hay que...
O sea, ahí voy a pintar.
Pretty cool.
Ahí estamos.
Cool.
Well, I've been a drag racer on LSD. I rode bare-assed on top of the Sphinx. I even had a gorilla on the slopes of Kismet. And man, that was fun for a while, you bet.
So, Juan, we're here in our factory.
Yes.
You painted a masterpiece for us, which we are super blessed and grateful. Total work of art. I
Thank
think
you, man.
I'd start by saying just kind of where we came from with our boards and the product that we created. We've always built, the origins of Lift. We're creating custom boards that were custom painted for each individual.
Nice.
We've always loved that and appreciated that aspect, of like having, it's a surfboard, but it's functional art. And we've always loved creating just a unique design and feel for those boards for our customers. Well, what you've done is, at such a high level, such a professional level, you're a world-renowned artist. And I think, I learned a lot about you through this whole process. And, you kind of come into our world of foiling. And when I heard your story about, how you came to be the artist that you are, I was really inspired by that because not everybody goes through that path in their life.
I'm basically a multimedia artist. I began my career as a painter first, and then muralism came into my life, and then tattoos. Tattoos for me is like one of the biggest forms of art that exists because it involves like a live canvas, So I think that and the permanence of it like haunted me and basically took over my life, So what I do most now is tattoos, but I also like expressing myself through painting. So I never left that, so.
You told me, that you've been training since you were a kid.
Yeah.
You were going to competitions, you've done, world competitions, you've been on TV shows. Tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, I've always been competitive, coming from a small island like Puerto Rico. And I feel like coming from an island, you gotta prove yourself to the people in the island. So basically, a lot of people in the beginning didn't believe in me or my art, And that's why I started, competing and traveling the world, and all of that. And I got a lot of awards throughout my career, and that fame and all of that, the people from Ink Master, it's a show, invited me there, and I did pretty good. too. So
Juan Salgado is a legend. Everything about his style is so unique. Bright, bold colors, glowing stuff.
Getting the nod to go to the finale, I am so happy for him.
Puerto Rico has their eyes on me. It's kind of nerve-wracking for me because I really want to represent the island well.
He was an inspiration that pushed me to the work I do now. Juan's a guy I've looked up to for most of my career.
The wait time is multiple years.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows your talent. You know, everybody wants a piece of your talent, which makes us extremely lucky here today.
Thank you.
I mean, you also do work for some of our biggest stars and role models that come off of this island,
Yeah.
which has brought a lot of popularity to your work as well. So that's amazing, and I love that we gave you a canvas, which is basically an eFoil board, and you took it back and you came up with the idea of what it was that you're painting.
And as you see for the art, I chose the Pelican. When I see the Pelican like hovering over the water, it kind of reminds me of that feeling of peace that we get when we foil.
I think you nailed it, because I too admire the Pelican. I feel kind of, you know, like a kook when I'm watching the Pelican, because it's like they're the locals, but they just come in so effortless, gliding over the water, doing exactly what we're doing. We're just that one layer below the wave, and they're there that one layer above it, and they're just coming right through. It's total inspiration for foiling.
That's it.
And I'm really excited that you also gravitated towards that and picked up on it, and I mean, created a masterpiece on a board, which we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be out there forever for everybody to kind of see. One of the things that makes me really proud and just that has just been amazing about this journey, this product, this business is the amazing people that I get to meet and interact with, and the amazing people that come together to go foiling and find a love for it. And I'm thrilled that you're part of that club, that you have so much, you know, passion about that.
I got a friend called Christian Suau. He introduced me to foiling. And man, since day one, I would say that I was super hooked, you know, to the level that sometimes instead of going to work, I went foiling, you know what I mean? And I totally feel I want to thank you personally, because indirectly or directly, you changed my life, you know. I was going through a lot of stress, you know, like I lost my dad. I got a divorce, you know, and a lot of transitions in my work and all of that, and everything like came together thanks to foiling. You know, it brought like peace back to my life. You know, that moment when you learn to fly and you're by yourself, you know, in the water, you don't have a cell phone with you. You know, you're just thinking about don't falling. You know what I mean? So that feeling, that really. I got hooked on it because it helped me a lot, immensely, to be honest.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that feeling too of that's what we're trying to get out for the public, right? Of like, you get out on the water, you quiet your mind, right? Everything goes silent, you're just flying over the top of it, and you're just kind of in that flow state, in that zone where you kind of have to let go of all the troubles of the world, right?
Yeah.
And you have to just like ease into it. And it makes you, at least for me, I feel like some of my more creative moments are on the water, right? Because it makes it feel good. I can't imagine what that does for a mind like yours, where you're just on a whole nother level.
When I started, I was a little bit afraid, to be honest, you know, because it was like in a deep part of the ocean. So, you know, when you don't visit the ocean too often, you kind of like are afraid of sharks and all of that. You have always that in the back of your head, so you don't want to fall. And so at first, it was a little nerve-wracking. But once you start getting the balance, you know, and you start flying, that's where the magic happens, you know. Like recently, I just felt like I was like in an avatar, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even think about the trigger anymore, or it's my body's foiling with my mind, you know. It's in a creative place at the same time, you know.
You're over the water, you can barely even see the board, and you're just kind of flying.
Just flying, yeah.
Super quiet. Electric propulsion, and you're just kind of watching the water out in front of you.
Exactly.
It is kind of the closest thing that it is self-flight.
That's it, yeah, just like the Pelican.
That's right. And we were talking too, I mean, kind of what's next from here, right? So we were talking even getting into the classic foils, doing some towing, right? To start catching those waves and riding in. We got to go to Chicama.
Yeah.
And ride the longest wave in the world. I feel like
Yeah, that's definitely the next step for me. I wanna get into the waves, for sure.
I mean, it's amazing using the eFoil to kind of transport from one area to another.
Yep.
And go on a little tour, right?
That's it.
And it's also just amazing to pick up that energy from the ocean and lock into it and cruise. So I'm pretty excited to kind of keep going with you.
Yes,
And
me too, man.
Maybe I don't think I could ever learn how to paint anything these days.
I can show you, if you ever want to. So
That's one thing. I'm going to take you up on that one.
awesome, man.
Really amazing work.
Thank you,
We're
man.
honored
Me too, man.
to have you here. We're honored to be your friend.
Same here, man.
Mazaraba